Good morning and welcome to County Soccer Complex in Des Moines, Iowa, the home of the Girls State Soccer Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau. Alongside the coach, Sam Kane, I'm Andy Pollock, and in just a moment, we'll have the matchup between the Council Bluffs St. Albert Saints and the Denver Cyclones right here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company. And on a sunny, actually should say mostly cloudy morning, sun starting to peek through, and a very windy morning. We'll talk about the weather throughout the broadcast this morning. But Coach Sam Kane, we're here at the state soccer tournament, and if you're a fan of the sport of soccer, there's no better place to be in the Midwest right now than the south side of Des Moines, Iowa.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a fantastic day for a game of soccer. The grass looks nice and green and cut to perfection. So jealous of those girls out there today and happy for them at the same time.
We start off this morning in Class 1A. We're going on field number 9 right now. Davenport Assumption taking on Dike New Hartford, the 1 seed and the 8 seed. Nevada is taking on Hudson, the 4 and the 5 seed on field 8. We are here on field 6, where we will have Denver and Council Bluffs St. Albert, and over on field 7, Bishop Heelan and Trainer. This kicks off what will be a big day of soccer here. We'll have Class 1A, Class 2A, and Class 3A, all 3 classes in girls soccer here in Iowa on the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union Digital Network. And it's a great showcase of a lot of talent as you go through the program, as you go through the team sheets. There's a lot of girls at this entire tournament that will be playing at the next level in a very, very short time. So as we look to the skies and make sure that we will not be getting wet this morning, keeping all our equipment dry, and the wind continues to blow, so we'll try to keep everything in order, and we will be back. And when we come back, we'll dive deeper into what these two teams will need to do to win today's game. Plus, we'll have your starting lineups as we get set for kickoff. You're watching the 2024 Girls State Soccer Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. And that old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe it. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
When you choose Delta Dental of Iowa, you set a chain of good in motion because we invest in your community. So whether you get your plan at work or purchase it through us, you get more than great dental and vision insurance. You make a difference for others. Choose Delta Dental for your smile, for your health, and for your community.
This is our son, Sebastian. In 2021, he took half a pill he didn't know was counterfeit.
That tiny pill contained enough fentanyl to kill him almost instantly. Kids buy them on social media and share them with their friends, not realizing how dangerous they are.
Please talk to your kids about not taking anything that's not directly prescribed to them.
Our child will never get to grow up, but we want yours to be able to.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision, to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
You're watching the Girls State Soccer Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. Time to take a look at our road to state today. First of all, we will talk about the Number 7 seed, Council Bluffs St. Albert Saints. They got here with a big upset. Defeated Des Moines Christian, who was ranked number 3 overall. Ella Klusman on the year, 30 goals, 13 assists. Eleanor Coughlin, 19 goals, 8 assists. And Sophie Sheffield's been magnificent, 75 saves in goal. And the home team today, Denver, the Cyclones, 18-2. On the year, they defeated Dubuque Wahlert to get here. They are a very young team, and we will talk about them a lot more as we go on throughout the day. Grace Mullihan, 21 goals on the year, 14 assists, as you see. And again, Tori Schroeder, 69 saves and an 85% save percentage, just sparkling there on the sheet for the goalkeeper from Denver. We will take another quick break here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy, and be back with our starting lineups right after this.
In Iowa, we grow corn. A lot of corn. Corn is what supports us. It feeds our livestock, it fuels our vehicles, and powers our state. It nourishes our families. A cash crop? Yeah, but it's way more than that. Corn sustains us. It's who we are. Without it, we'd just be... well, you get the picture. In Iowa, we grow corn. But the truth is, corn grows Iowa.
Hello, I'm Brent Johnson, an Iowa farmer from Calhoun County and president of the Iowa Farm Bureau. As proud title sponsor of the state soccer tournament, the Iowa Farm Bureau is dedicated to creating a vibrant future for Iowa through partnerships and programs that help cultivate individuals with great character, a strong work ethic, and exceptional leadership skills. Making it to the state tournament is a great accomplishment that takes a lot of support. That's why we provide millions of dollars in awards, grants, and scholarships that recognize athletic and academic excellence. And to help celebrate this achievement, the Iowa Farm Bureau provides commemorative soccer balls for each team competing in the state tournament. These keepsakes are a great way for these athletes to remember their experience here, as well as the teammates, coaches, parents, teachers, and mentors who've all played an important role in their journey. So, from the Iowa Farm Bureau, congratulations to all the players and coaches on an outstanding season, and good luck in the tournament.
Welcome back to Girls State Soccer, presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company. Andy Pollack alongside Coach Sam Kane as we are getting set to go. Council Bluffs St. Albert Saints, the Denver Cyclones. This is our 7 versus 2 matchup going on here today at the state soccer tournament. One of 12 games going on today at the Frank County Soccer Complex the James W. County Soccer Park here on the south side of Des Moines. We're actually on Field 6 where Grandview plays their home games throughout the course of the year as well. And Coach, as you mentioned before, the field conditions look absolutely immaculate right now. And we've had a nice wet spring to make it stay that way.
Absolutely. A fantastic day to be out there playing the game, getting the ball down on the ground and playing the game that's fun to watch.
All right, now it's time to go to our public address announcer for today's team introductions. Determining the coin flip right now to see who's got what. And Coach, as we look at it right now, the wind is certainly going to play a factor today. How does that play into your decision of what you want to do to start the game?
Yeah, in games like today where the wind you may gradually get stronger throughout the game. It's important to be understanding of that with the team beforehand. And play to the strengths. If it's moving in the direction of where you're looking to score, obviously maybe you can play a little bit more direct as far as looking at that long range pass. But for the most part, on days like today, you want to get the ball down on the ground. You want to look for those short combinations and those moments to really exploit the space in behind.
And certainly after the spring we've had, these young ladies are no strangers to playing in the wind. We've had a very breezy spring here in the state of Iowa.
I was a youth soccer player in Connecticut, a coach in New York for 10 plus years, and I've not experienced wind like this. And my hat goes off to these gals and guys out there that are, bearing these in heavy spring conditions, as we would say.
And it appears now we are going to be set to have our starting lineups as the ladies come out to get introduced along with our officiating crew today.
Welcome to the 2024 Girls State Soccer Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau. Today's matchup features the Saints from Council Bluffs, St. Albert, and the Cyclones from Denver. Now let's meet today's teams. First, let's go to the visitors, the non-starters from the Saints. Number 3, Kennedy Sanchez. Number 11, Lily Mayo. Number 12, Paige Sunford. Number 15, Greta Livingston. Number 16, Caitlin Hendricks. Number 17, Sophia Denty. Number 19, Aubrey Brandow. Number 25, Elise Wolford. Number 44, Lexi Darrington. And number 55, Gracie Ruiz. Now let's meet the non-starters from Denver. Number 3, Jules Neubauer. Number 4, Kate Wilson. Number 12, Emily Mullert. Number 13, Kenna Rothmeyer. Number 21, Alexis Milder. Number 23, Suzanne Wirchis. Number 24, Sydney Krabenhoff. And number 99, McKenna Broadhead. Now let's meet the starters from Council Bluffs, St. Albert. Number 0, Sophie Sheffield. Number 1, Ella Klessman. Number 4, Lily Denton. Number 7, Lily Krohn. Number 8, Ellie Monahan. Number 9, Olivia Gardner. Number 10, Kirsten Piskorski. Number 14, Eleanor Coughlin. Number 18, Laura Ryan. And number 23, Alexa Lenz. The head coach for Council Bluffs St. Albert is Chris Hughes. He's assisted by Paul Cox and Jenna Cox. Now let's meet the starters from Denver. Number 0, Tori Schroeder. Number 6, Mackenzie McEwen. Number 8, Kira Gerke. Number 9, Alyssa Harberts. Number 9, Alyssa Harberts. Number 10, Elena Akers. Number 11, Bailey Mullahan. Number 14, Anna Muller. Number 15, Grace Mullahan. Number 16, Maya Rosecrans. Number 17, Kinsey Snyder. Number 18, Miranda Thurn. The head coach for Denver is Derek Kribsback. He's assisted by Kane Eagle, Marissa Lopez, Sammy Gerke, and Emma Hennessy. Today's officials, the referee is Alec Clark. The assistant referee is Nick Erdman and Jason Magruder. And your fourth official is Peter Burgum. Ladies and gentlemen, let's play some championship soccer.
You're watching the 2024 Girls State Soccer Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. As the sole title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, the Iowa Farm Bureau believes in the Iowa girl and cultivating individuals of great character, a strong work ethic, and exceptional leadership skills. By investing in Iowa's youth, we're investing in Iowa's future. And Coach, you can hear that wind whistling through our microphones right now as we are out exposed in the elements today. But let's talk a little bit about St. Albert and what they bring to the table today. And, you know, everything kind of runs through a couple high-level players that they've got.
Yeah, they look like a good side. You know, they've had a great run, 17-3 on their overall record this season. One to watch today is going to be Ella Klussman. She's 30 goals on the season, 13 assists. She's going to be a threat. Certainly want to keep an eye on it. She goes with the number 1, so that's a player certainly keeping in mind. Lily Crone, senior, 10 goals, 13 assists. Again, seems like a player that is busy in the attacking third. And this young freshman, Eleanor Coughlin, 19 goals, 18 assists. So interesting to see what she brings to the table, and I'm sure a lot of college scouts will be paying a lot of attention to her.
We will see a lot of freshmen actually on the field today throughout the different classes. A very young tournament. Denver, the Cyclones, one of those teams that's very, very young, and you'll see only 2 seniors that are on this state tournament roster for Denver, the Cyclones, as they go about things. Denver has the most wins in school history, and we'll talk a lot about Grace Mullahan today. A lot of stuff will run through her. She's got 21 goals, 14 assists on the season. Denver here with the throw-in on the far side as we play things from a field level here today, making the call. They try to get things through the middle. The shot coming up there from Kenzie Snyder. Knocked out of there. Denver fighting into this wind right now. Council Bluffs will have it at their back. As Piskorski for the Saints knocks things out as the ball comes out of bounds down in front of us, waiting to see who's got the ball. It will be the Saints to get things started. Talk a little bit about the feeling out process here, Coach, that gets started. 2 teams that have not played each other, I'm not sure ever, I know not this year, but what do you go through as you just kind of figure out what each team is doing?
Yeah, you know, looking at it, you know, just from the initial few minutes here, and looks like, you know, this Denver team brings a little bit more athleticism to the table. You know, the size and speed factor, always a key influence in a game, and, you know, really kind of on their front foot right now. They're not really holding back, and they're looking to get off to a good start.
Yeah, you see Denver pressing a lot right now. They've kept the ball on their half of the field for most of the time. As now they're going to try to cycle things through on the back end and taken out of there by the Saints, and then taken back there quickly by Harvards for the Cyclones. It's tough to get your spacing on a day like today to spread things out over the entire field, as the wind can, on both ends, it can knock down your passes as you kick into it, and it puts too much on it on the back end. So getting used to playing it, just when you do, you switch sides.
And those early game nerves, right? You know, for some, this probably might be their first time out there, you know, playing in a state tournament, you know, under the big lights. And I'm sure there's quite a few nerves that are being, you know, experienced out there from both sides.
And just a couple minutes in, we notice already the physicalness of both teams as Council Bluffs. The Saints trying to make a run out here. This is Lily Denton on the far side, tries to put the crosser through to Klussman, and it's knocked back out of there by the Cyclones. Now the Saints looked like for the first time today they might be putting together an offensive attack, but quickly the Cyclones knock it out of there. Slide tackle over there, everything called clean.
Yeah, Denver playing with a strong urgency right now, getting the ball forward quickly and putting pressure on that back line of St. Albert's.
This is McEwen, one of the freshmen that play for Coach Derek Krebsbach's Cyclones. Klussman, you mentioned number 1. We'll see her touch the ball a lot as they try to push it through. Both teams have, right as I was about to say, both teams have kept the ball primarily on the ground. A big kick for the Saints.
Hey, sometimes you have to play the direct ball. If it's on and if it makes sense, then by all means, get that ball forward. But, you know, I think if we're looking at the overall, you know, whole of a game, having that possession count, having the rhythm and the momentum with the ball can always have a stronger influence on the result.
Tori Schroeder, the goalkeeper for the Cyclones, has given up 1/3 of a goal per game this year. You're going to win a lot of games giving up 1/3 of a goal per game. Just nearly impenetrable. Little battle for the ball here right in front of us at midfield. Taken out of there. Big knock coming from Olivia Gardner. And stolen back by the Cyclones. That's Kenzie Snyder. Now the Cyclones trying to run a little bit with McEwen. Taken out of there by Klussman. Everybody marked up pretty good right now. Not a lot of space for many girls to go on a run with the ball. There, they get that one over the top. Now the Cyclones with an opportunity to attack. This is Gerke. Gerke, the crosser through, and it's knocked out of there by Ellie Monahan.
Yeah, again, the energy for these Denver Cyclones today has been fantastic. Really off to a great start in the first 10 minutes.
Some space here to put one through. They try to get it over on the far side. An opportunity quickly there for the Cyclones is thwarted and knocked back out. They'll try to set things up with Elena Akers. Man, a lot of this game early on has been played in front of that St. Albert goal. And that is going to be St. Albert ball over on the far side. Had a lot of Denver fans hoping for the ball, maybe possibility for a set piece where they would have been set up right close to that corner kick spot. Klussman tries to control things, taps out on the far side, making a run. Here's Lily Denton. And she has it taken away. Good move there by Kenzie Snyder to take it away. Council Bluffs St. Albert going to try to set things up. They push it through, and Schroeder decides she's going to let that thing roll out the back end and take a kick.
Yeah, Denton showing some good moments of vertical play from that left side there, driving forward, looking to combine with the front line. Be exciting to see how she evolves in the game today.
Low, powerful kick there from Schroeder. A little battle for the ball. Taken out of there. Now Piskorski tries to set things up. Schroeder right there to clean up the mess. That's huge foot into the wind. St. Albert now with Piskorski. Taken back, more physical play. Love it. Just watched over the last several years how physical the game of soccer has become, especially on the gals side.
Absolutely.
It's not a game for the faint of heart. You see a lot of these gals moving on to play college level soccer or rugby. A lot of them heading on to play rugby if soccer doesn't work out. Those two sports lend a lot of similar skills to each other.
Yeah, being a college coach, having the pleasure of working with a variety of players from all over the world, I have noticed over the years that our American girls do bring that consistent grit and physicality that every team needs. So happy to see it again on display today.
Battle for the ball taken out of there by Piskorski, and it does go out of bounds. It will be St. Albert ball as they advance it up the sideline. Klussman, that nice light toss in there to Coughlin. And it will stay with the Saints. Opportunity to maybe take a big throw here for the Saints. This is going to be Piskorski down on the sideline. She takes a throw in. Little scrum there for the ball. St. Albert, clear shot at the goal, but Schroeder's right there to pick it up.
Not a bad effort. Sometimes just getting that look and getting that shot off, builds that confidence, amongst the group to go again and maybe find another opening.
We had a great angle on that shot and watched things kind of open up for the Saints. But Schroeder lined herself up perfect with the ball. Everybody on sides here for Denver. But Wagner chases it down for St. Albert. You've noticed St. Albert, as they settled in, have started to control the ball a little bit more than they did early on.
Yeah, you could see the nerves maybe got to them early on, and it seems like they're now starting to find their footing in the game, which is great to see.
Gerke just took a huge shot off the face. Flying around out there is Gerke still. And a lot of contact there, and that will be the ball coming to St. Albert. Off the contact. A lot of contact between McEwen, and Piskorski. We've seen Piskorski, the defender on the back end, be involved in a lot of plays. Now, Cyclone's going to try to control things from midfield out to the edge, but a little too much on it as they try to push it down the far side to Anna Mullert. They get the wind behind it now and taken out of there by the Saints. Piskorski again. They're going to try to push things ahead. There's a good look to Klussman. Klussman has one-on-one, running out of room, though, on the far end. Tries to push it around the corner. It's knocked out of bounds, and that will be our first corner kick of the day. And I can't say it's Klussman that will take the corner kick down there in the right end. She decides to play it short. Probably a good decision right now, but taken out of there by the Cyclones. That was Gerke. Kira Gerke, the junior midfielder. We've called her name already a bunch today. She seems to find herself in the mix of everything for the Cyclones.
Yeah, brings a lot of energy to that left side of the field, and certainly doing a good job as well on the defensive side, being cognizant of Klussman's movement for St. Albans.
Little mistouch there, heads out of bounds. We're 10 minutes into this one, no score yet between the 2 seed, the Denver Cyclones, and the 7 seed Council Bluffs St. Albert Saints. St. Albert in the white today. They're trying to shoot at that goal on the right side. Denver in their maroon and gold. Opportunity here for Piskorski. And that'll be another chance for a corner kick. Klussman will go down and take that for the Saints. Corner kicks are brought to you by Channel. The enhanced Channel seed brand is here to help farmers like you up your game and rise to the challenge. Learn more at channel.com/rise. That one thwarted again, but nice wall set up at midfield for St. Albert. Alexa Lentz knocks it away, and then quickly coming back with it for Denver is Alyssa Harberts. Loses control there briefly. Ball is sent over top of everybody as Maya Rosecrans gives chase, and then Schroeder steps up to take things over, try to set up things from deep in their own defensive end. Schroeder, big left foot for the Cyclones.
Both teams playing very direct today, looking to get that ball urgently into that third line, that final attacking line for them to exploit that space, in behind the defense. Not much, a lot of midfield play, so far. Interesting to see, both teams playing in this manner, but if that's what's worked for them over the course of the season, and that's what's allowed them to have the records and they have currently, then, it's good to see.
Bunch of IMT substitutions coming into the game right now. Visit IMT-INS.com today. Try to get a name and number on all the young ladies who just checked into the game. As the ball goes out of bounds on the far side, we are going to see a lot of different styles of play today, and as especially at this the smaller school level, you're going to see where the athleticism will shine through in a lot of these gals. See some of the quicker gals take over, as you will at the larger classes. We're going to see more of a inside-out game likely when some of the larger classes come in here today. That's what I've been covering all year long, and you just see different styles right now, and they all lend their hand to the levels of success that teams have, and these coaches have really figured out how to maximize the talent that they've got on the field. And so many of these gals don't just play soccer for their school. They're playing club soccer all year long too, and playing with a lot of different caliber of players.
Yeah, it's essential. You've got to play to the strengths of your team. Every coach probably has an ideal way of how they would like to go about their business on the field, but it's all about the strengths and playing to those strengths of each player.
So Council Bluffs St. Albert has really controlled the ball a lot over the last 10 minutes of play. They throw it over the top right now. This is McEwen on the run out. Going to have to try to work it back into the center. She tries to turn the corner. It's knocked out of bounds, and that'll be another channel. No, it is not. I thought that was going to be a corner kick, but that goes off of McEwen, they say. And we'll give an opportunity for a goal kick for.
Confident run there from McEwen. Loved their ability to change pace there on the dribble and almost got to that byline for the cross.
Just couldn't quite get there. Good job by the defense of St. Albert cutting off the angles, and now the official wants to reset things there just briefly. Big kick coming in from Olivia Gardner. It goes out of bounds, and it will be Denver ball. Ava Duncan, who had just checked in, another one of these two seniors on the squad for Denver. She wanted the ball fast right in front of us, wanted to get things running. Now going to run center, cycle things to the midfield, but taken out of there. That Coughlin that stepped in the way. Now another opportunity. They're going to knock it off to the side. It does stay inbounds. And then that will be a goal kick. I think down there on the corner that Paige Sundberg tried to knock it off the Denver defender and get a corner kick out of the deal. But was not able to do so. Low driving kick from Schroeder. But again, we see St. Albert really controlling things right now. It almost looks like you'd expect Denver to take it away. Denver's offense right now, the way things are set up, is to get a steal and go down and go one-on-one, get a little fast break opportunity down over top of everybody.
They're doing a good job stepping up and squeezing that space in the midfield and making it very difficult for Denver to actually operate with any sort of space. And as we see here, when they do break forward, they are relatively isolated up front.
Yeah, look at that speed from Mullahan as she was pulling away, just lost control of it. But Mullahan with a big brace on her right arm, not going to matter in the game of soccer. But, man, she showed some wheels there as the Cyclones will have Bailey Mullahan now taking the throw in. Long throw from Mullahan, try to get in. The header goes in and just misses to the left. That was Bailey to Grace Mullahan.
Yeah, a lot of the attacking focus here is on Mullahan receiving that ball in the space behind the defense, and as she showed just there, that ability to vertically stretch the back line of St. Albert's.
Ball headed out of there, Mullahan. Again, trying to send that thing to the middle. And right there is St. Albert, and that'll be another channel corner kick. As I'm blocked from view, I'm not sure who is taking that down there for Denver. Looks like it might be Bailey Mullahan. She puts it towards the middle, and it is saved out of there by Sophie Sheffield. I was on the call earlier this year for a goal Olympico. I had not seen one of those in my time calling soccer, where the corner kick went directly into the goal.
Oh, I didn't know that's what it's called.
That's what it's called. I found that out, yeah. I was informed that right away. What a play here by Mackenzie McEwen. And now it's Mullahan with the ball. She battles for it. It goes out of bounds. It will be a throw-in for Denver. Quickly they get it in to Ava Duncan. And Duncan puts it into the side of the goal. Yeah, the goal Olympico is the rarest of goals in soccer, which I knew it had to be pretty rare, but not that rare. Was reading all about it that night as the wind played a huge factor. The ball went up in the air. It looked like it was going to go well beyond the goal, blew back in, and found itself right into the goal.
Well, that's one for the memory books,
yeah.
Right? I'm sure every player wished they had one of those in their locker.
So this year I was on the call for that and on a call for a PK that everybody ran off the field thinking they had won, but no one stopped the ball, and it rolled back into the net. So I had a couple very rare goals this year. Here's an opportunity for the Cyclones as they try to set things up, and just over the top of the goal there is Alyssa Harberts. So now you see the Cyclones with a couple shots on goal. Not quite on target.
Yeah, just off balance there. In that situation, her hips were kind of off to the left, not really facing the goal. Her body position was a little leaning back. In that situation, she'd want to kind of set up that body position to face the goal and be able to get that knee and drive through the middle of the ball.
And it looked like she was trying to set herself up to use the right foot, and just at the last second realized I better get rid of this ball in a hurry.
Again,
to the left.
Just showing the importance of being able to use both feet.
The sun has started to come out. It's making for a very pleasant morning here at the County Soccer Park in Des Moines on the south side. Just about halfway into this first period in this 1A quarterfinal. As you see a little tussle for the ball there, they get it out to Alyssa Harberts. Hard shot there. This is Duncan. Denver trying to work something there across the corner. Back to Duncan, the one-timer, couldn't quite get it through. That was one of the better looks that you're going to see for the Cyclones.
Great attack.
Ball just a little strong for Duncan.
Fantastic play there, and unfortunate not to find Mullahan on the end of that cross.
Love the quick passing that Denver used there to set that up. Just no time for St. Albert to react. And now St. Albert, who we've seen this game kind of in waves right now. Denver came out attacking to start, then St. Albert controlled for the next 10 minutes or so, and now you've seen Denver with several shots on the goal. Big header coming out of there by the Cyclones, Alyssa Harberts. Little battle for the ball. As you see Eleanor Coughlin come in, big swing there for Jules Neubauer for Denver. And the ball's knocked out of there by the Saints, by Coughlin. Now the Saints going to try to set things up, and no, right away Denver's right away there to knock it away. Ellie Monahan pushes it over on the side. Tough to tell how much space we've got over there on the side as these fields are crowned, which the teams that play on turf don't have to deal with that. Is that a big deal, the crown that you play with, or is that just something that you just quickly realize it's fine? No big deal.
Yeah, you know, turf and grass can always be an adjustment, especially if you're used to playing on it all year long. So it's never easy for any of the players out there. And this is probably a different type of grass than what most of these girls are used to. But, you know, it seems like the energy levels and for the most part, you know, teams are finding ways to attack and exploit the defense of their opponent.
Gerke there from about 35 yards out, couldn't quite connect. Klussman comes away with it here, and now Coughlin trying to make a run. Nicely weighted ball pushed ahead to Paige Sundberg. Sundberg going to try to center this thing, basically a corner kick from there, and no one there at the moment for St. Albert. And the Cyclones knock it out of there. Right there, the defensive wall of St. Albert is there to take it away. Olivia Gardner. She sends it down. Opportunity for Klussman. We said everything will run through her. They push it to the middle, and it's just barely knocked out of there. Some of the crowd asking for some handball. And now Denver with a chance to go on. Everybody onside for the Cyclones. You see Mullahan tried to sprint it down, but beating her there is Alexa Lentz. Klussman decides to play it across, but everybody hanging back a little bit for St. Albert. Coming through to take it away is Coughlin. And then a big foot put into it, and Denver was onside. So here's an opportunity right now for Gerke. Gerke pushes it to the middle and saved out of there by Sophie Sheffield.
Yeah, Gerke's shown some great moments down this left side today. I'd like to see, you know, Mullahan maybe getting a little closer to her, having more of an in-sync understanding when she is looking to get her head up, but overall some great play.
And once again over for the Cyclones, that's Tori Schroeder. She's been back there, we mentioned. She gives up 1/3 of a goal per game this year, just a crazy stat.
Yeah, she's been solid. It hasn't really been tested, but, you know, so far so good. You know, very composed back there and showing some, you know, overall great play.
Denver trying to set things up with Gerke right now, taken away. Big battle for the ball taken out of there by Council Bluffs with Sundberg. After spending all season long calling games from up in a press box, you just see so much more of the contact and the strength that these young ladies have when you're down on the field calling these games. Totally different perspective to see it from down here. Klussman was on sides, but it looks like it's going to – actually, she keeps it from going out of bounds on the far end. Goes in the middle to Lily Crone. Klussman pushes it through just a little bit too much on it. Tried to connect with Sophia Denton for the header. Pushed it back through once again. Denver defense is right there to knock it out. A big foot put in and big save on the far end by Schroeder once again. Believe that was Maura Ryan that put the big foot into it. Schroeder was tailing away from the goal. Had to cover a lot of ground to make that save. Now Sophia Denton trying to make a run and work it to the middle, but it's knocked out of there by the Cyclone defensive line once again. Trying to set things up through the midfield. Cyclones take it away. They're going to get it ahead and try to give an opportunity for Mullahan to make a run at it. But Ellie Monahan beats her there. Once again, this is Mullahan, and knocked out of there, and just over top of the goal. Big opportunity for the Cyclones there.
Yeah, Mullahan just showing that pace and power she brings to the field here. Like to see her playing more off that last man. As you see when these balls are played into that final third, she's not necessarily as deep as she could be, which results in her having to run a little further and making it a little bit more difficult in that race against the defender.
Level up your game at Central College. More than half of Central students participate in intercollegiate athletics because Central allows you to pursue your passions and be more than a spectator. It's the best decision ever. Apply at central.edu is a big opportunity. A pile up down in the goal box. Cyclones have it with another opportunity here. They knock it out, and St. Albert clears it. Nice job by Eleanor Coughlin to step in and knock it out of there, because Denver was threatening as they had Sophie Sheffield on the ground in goal.
I'd love to know Coughlin's 2-mile time. She is an absolute machine. She's been up and down today. Her energy's been fantastic for this St. Albert's team.
Another battle down underneath the goal. All over the place, just contact galore. I love it. Almost got a UFC fight going on down here right now as Gerke.
And again, this is why, games like this require that experienced official, because you've got the crowd, you've got, all different factors that you're typically not used to, on a Saturday or Sunday, refereeing a game.
And nothing egregious. I mean, everybody just ended up having a couple gals on the ground and going after the ball. Nothing that anybody else was trying to do anything to get after anybody. Good no call, play on. And I noticed the officials knew you as you walked in today. Sometimes as a coach, that's not a great thing.
I try to keep my opinions to myself, but hey, none of us are perfect out there, right?
As over a lot of years of coaching myself, you get to know the officials. You know who the good ones are, and you get to know which ones you need to be a little nicer to for certain reasons.
Absolutely.
St. Albert here, as we've got just 12 and a half minutes left in a very action-packed but low-scoring first half. Each team has had some opportunities. Really, that feeling out process we talked about lasted about 90 seconds until you saw these teams really start to get after
it. Yeah. Yeah, I would say that Denver probably had the better of the opportunities in front of goal today. They've looked more, threatening. But, St. Albert's have had their moments as well, being able to control play and find, some of the gaps in between the Denver defense.
Denver on the far end, that's Elena Akers. And knocked out of bounds, and it will be St. Albert ball. They get it into Lily Crone. Push it across. Here's Klussman. They're going to try to run everything through her offensively. On the far side, making a run is Denton. Denton tries to cross it, and right there to knock it out is Kenzie Snyder. And once again, Schroeder back there in goal, controls the ball once more. Nice touch out here. They're going to try to run things out. And And it somehow goes back in, taken out of there by the Cyclones. Gerke try to sneak it through to her, and a nice touch out here to get it to Kirsten Piskorski. And out of bounds, that will be St. Albert ball. Greta Livingston will take the throw in for the Saints. Into Klussman. Klussman, nice little move to touch to get around the defender. Klussman now making a run. So much contact up the side, and it goes off of Klussman out of bounds. Man, the physicality there between Kenzie Snyder and Klussman. Just an absolute battle for that ball up the near side.
Yes, Snyder doing a great job using her shoulder to block that running path while still focusing on winning contact of the ball. Good defending.
Long throw in, but no one there for Denver as Coughlin takes it away. Coughlin tries to make a move through, and it's touched out of bounds by Denver. The quick throw, and they get it to Klussman. Klussman tries to center it, and that'll be another channel corner kick. So far, they've kept things short on these corner kicks, but it looks like right now Klussman's going to take a big foot into it and maybe give the Saints an opportunity in front of the goal. The wind is blowing straight into that goal. Kick goes up, and that's one of those things, the wind, you like to have it at your back, but that's one of those times that can work against you.
Perhaps they could have reversed the decision to go short, because that probably would have been a better solution there. But overall, good idea.
Well, you're trying to place it so right in front of that goal, as that's where they had the whole line set up, and there's not much wiggle room there, because once it goes over the top, that's not blowing back in today.
Absolutely.
Nice move there by the Saints for Coughlin. Pushes it ahead and knocked out of there by the Cyclones. Saints, once again, big kick, and that is going to, on turf that I've watched all year, that rolls out the back end all the time, but not here on the grass. The thicker grass picks that up, and everything stays in. The Saints try to knock things through. Can't quite do it. Cleared by the Cyclones. Battle for the ball as Mullahan gets it ahead. Making a run right now is Kira Gerke. Gerke pushes it into Mullahan. Mullahan back through. Mullahan squares it up and just misses wide to the left. Great recognition by Sheffield as she realized just right before the ball got there that she no longer had to touch the ball and preserve the corner kick.
Yeah, that's the sort of combination we would certainly want to see more of as we progress in this game. When Gerke is breaking into that space on the left side, having Mullahan shift over to be that nearby support where they can really combine and threaten the defense of St. Albans.
Couple combinations that they've tried to connect with so far, and like you mentioned, they've had opportunities, but neither team able to connect on them so far. Man, we have seen Kira Gerke around that ball a bunch today. She's taken over 100 shots on goal this year, converted 8 of them, along with 8 assists. Coughlin, nice move to clear it. Coughlin going to try to push it down the sideline. Nicely weighted ball ahead, trying to get it to Piskorski, and it's out of bounds. The Cyclones will take it quickly back in, and the ball does stay in bounds. Just enough English on it as Coughlin takes it away. Now they've got it to Klussman with some space in the middle. Klussman going to set things up, pushes it through. In front, here's Crone. Crone has it taken away and cleared once again by the Cyclones, Elena Akers. Big ball off of Ava Wagner, out of bounds. The Cyclones will take another throw in. Seven minutes now to go in the first period, and some high cleats over on the far side. Denver will get a free kick from too far away, really, to set too much up. Seen so many high school goals this year scored by free kicks that get into the offensive territory. Give an opportunity for some of those set pieces to come through. This is starting to have the feel of one of those games that you wait for someone to maybe screw something up in the penalty box.
It could be one of those types of days. I could certainly see that happening. But right now, again, I still feel Denver have shown the better of the play and shown probably the the most likelihood of getting a goal in the near future.
It has been a while since Council Bluffs, they had that 5 to 10 minute period early on where it seemed like they were getting all the shots, but it's been a while since they've been able to mount any sort of attack. And as I say that, they get on the run to Klusman. Klusman, if she can get it here in the middle to Piskorski, and it's saved out of there once again by Schroeder.
Well, Klusman just showing exactly why she scored 30 goals this season.
You see the replay here. Klusman, she got it ahead to the left foot, and actually it never did get touched by Schroeder. It went out of bounds, so Schroeder will get the goal kick, but she just missed that one.
And they're going to have to keep an eye on her at all times. And they've done a good job today for the most part. But, again, just showing that ability to find that space in behind and get that shot off using her left foot. So very exciting to see her comfortable on both sides of the ball with left and right foot.
Denver now trying to mount an offensive attack. Weaving through everybody is Anna Mullert. They have not been able to try to free up Grace Mullahan yet. They've tried to get the ball ahead to her and let her run for it, and she's shown the speed, but always has been someone in the middle, and the defense of the Saints has done a nice job keeping Mullahan on the sides, keeping her out of the middle right now. Mullahan with those 19 goals and 11 assists on the year for the Cyclones. Battle down in there. Trying to push it through, and now cleared out by the Cyclones. Again, not much space. They're pretty congested in there right now. And there's a lot of contact, and too much contact there by Kenzie Snyder. It will be Saints ball. A lot of fans from both schools here today filling up the bleachers, along with what you see, the chairs on the sideline. See if either team can mount an offensive attack here in the last 4 minutes of the first half. Denver pushes ahead. Klusman's on sides, but coming up to get it is Schroeder. Makes a nice move of coming up and cutting off all angles.
Yeah, it looks like Klusman's now starting to really find her way into the game. I like to see her making more vertical runs as opposed to dropping back as she has been in the first part of this half. That's where she's really a threat for this St. Albert's team.
Denver, nice move, but taken out of there by Maura Ryan. Now an opportunity. They're going to try to push ahead to Klusman once again. Is she onside? She is, but it's knocked out of there by the Cyclones. A lot of physicality there, and that is going to be Denver ball. Too much contact by Klusman. As the official decides to let her know what she did wrong. Everyone running after the ball, but Klusman was a little behind it. And not enough for a yellow card, but definitely a lot of contact. Battle at midfield, and I thought I heard a whistle. There is no whistle. There we go. Here's an opportunity for Denver on the far side. And it does go out of bounds. Okay, couldn't tell. Depth perception is off from over here at field level. Out of bounds on the far side will be a goal kick. Ball is knocked out of bounds. Will be a long throw in for the Cyclones. Try to get it down to Mullahan, and another throw in from the corner. They're going to have the long jog come down by Bailey Mullahan and see if she can get one up in the air towards the goal. Takes the long throw, and she does just that. Ball up in the air. Controlled out here as they try to get it through with McEwen. And now with 90 seconds to go in the first half. A lot of contact right here, and that'll be an indirect for Denver. as Miranda Thurm comes in to take the kick. No one messed around at all. She pushes it ahead up in the air, and the header goes in! They get it ahead to Grace Mullahan off the long kick from Thurm.
Great goal there from Mullahan.
The officials are going to confer with each other right now to talk about if she was onside or not. That free kick took place very quickly as our center ref and our AR are going to have a chat.
Yeah, I didn't really see much wrong with that. She met the ball in the air, didn't see really much contact with the keeper. A great finish, just showing the ability she brings on the physicality side of the game.
So in the 39th minute, Thurm to Mullahan, and Denver takes a 1-0 lead. So got to play out the half. Just a big call right there. Again, we mentioned those goals coming off those indirect free kicks, those free kicks that come in the offensive end, and
you
huge
almost called it
there. Yeah. Nostradamus there as they were able to push it through. Now another opportunity. I think she was offsides there. No flags are up. A lot of contact over there coming from Mullahan and Sheffield, and that will be St. Albert ball now on the throw-in. Physical, physical, physical. Ball knocked out of bounds, and St. Albert not going to have an opportunity to mount anything more here at the end of the first half. So with 1:04 to go in the first half here in the 39th minute, they set up on a free kick. Miranda Thurm lofts it over the top of everybody. Grace Mullahan able to head that thing right through. Mullahan using her long, tall frame goes up and heads it in just past the outstretched arms of Sophie Sheffield, and Denver takes a 1-0 lead in a half that we felt Denver did have a lot of opportunities to do just that.
Yeah, I thought they played a great half. The energy was there from start to finish. They had some good moments in front of goal, and overall the better of the play, and good to see Mullahan get on the end of that free kick and get the first goal.
So now it looks like the officials still discussing what they all saw on that. There appeared to be nothing wrong with that goal. It just took place so quick, and they knew they had to with only 64 seconds left in that first half. It's going to be time to head to our halftime break, and we'll be back with some more first half analysis, talk a little bit about what the teams need to do in the second half, as well as a thank you to our title sponsor, the Iowa Farm Bureau. We'll be back with a halftime show right after this. This is the Girls State Soccer Tournament presented by Mid-American Energy.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Frank, when you think Fairway, you think fresh. Is that the winning culture you've tried to create?
Penelope Pineapple, what an unbelievable produce performance. How does your team stay so fresh?
Sunkissed Orange. Is it true Fairway has offered the freshest produce in town since 1938?
What can we say? Our produce is so fresh, we're speechless.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics. Because on our team, and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. And that old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe it. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
And we're back here on the Girls Union Network powered by Mid-American Energy. Denver, the 2 seed, took a 1-0 lead late in that first half as they took the free kick from Thurm and connected with Mullahan. And that was a momentum killer there. It felt like St. Albert had gone on some runs. You started to see them feel a little bit more comfortable in how things were happening. And then just a little mistake there in the offensive end, and they were able to push that one through. And Coach, what are some of the things in this first half as we talk about, first of all, the Saints right now? What's it going to take for them to create some more opportunities as they head into the second half?
Well, it looked like Klussman has really shown the quality that she brings to the field. She has that ability to vertically stretch the field with her pace, and she has a good understanding of being able to ward off opponents with her back to goal. So the question now is for the coaching staff is how can they get her involved? How can they bring more supporting players into the fold to create further opportunities on their attack? But showed some good moments, and she hit the post towards the latter part of that first half just by breaking a run in behind the defense. So like to see more of that, but again it's going to require that the collective body of the team moving and supporting her in those moments.
And on the flip side, Denver, who now has that 1-0 lead, I don't see them changing a whole lot of what they've done, especially be in front of, I should say, the outstanding goalkeeping of Tori Schroeder. We mentioned it several times in that first half, but she gives up just over a third of a goal a game, so you got to feel pretty good about your chances right now if you're the Cyclones.
It just shows, having that confidence back there as a keeper, what it does for your back line. It kind of gives them that boost of extra, energy and extra just fuel to keep going and keep fighting to close that space and make it difficult for the opponent to get shots off. And again, they were really kind of a very predictable team in the sense of how they like to attack. They're looking to play that long ball into Mullahan and use the runners to kind of move off in behind or, play short and progress, with the ball, as they go. So certainly a good half thus far, and interesting to see tactically, how these coaches from both sides, interact and kind of execute their plan going forward.
Great insight. Now we'd like to take a moment to once again thank our title sponsor, the Iowa Farm Bureau, for their support of the state soccer tournament. Farm Bureau knows that strong, vibrant schools are the cornerstone of our communities. That's why they are the proud title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and this amazing girls state soccer tournament. They believe that by investing in our youth, we're investing in Iowa's future. Earlier this week, the IGHSAU had the opportunity to speak with Iowa Farm Bureau President Brent Johnson to learn more about Iowa Farm Bureau's support of the IGHSAU and student athletes across the state.
Hello, I'm Brent Johnson, President of the Iowa Farm Bureau.
And I'm Erin Gerlich, Executive Director of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. We'd like to thank you for joining us for the Girls State Soccer Tournament.
The Iowa Farm Bureau knows that strong, vibrant schools are the cornerstone of our communities. That's why we're proud to be the title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and this amazing state tournament. This tournament not only showcases Iowa's elite teams, but the athletes competing here today are among our nation's best and brightest. And Iowa's farmers are among the nation's most productive. Our partnership with the Girls Union gives us the opportunity to recognize both, all while supporting and lifting up the Iowa girl.
With the help of the Iowa Farm Bureau, we celebrate students' efforts not only on the field, but in the classroom as well. The Iowa Farm Bureau is committed to your success and supports our organization and the Iowa Girl. Through millions of dollars they provide in awards, grants, and scholarships that recognize athletic and academic excellence.
As Iowans, we have a lot to be proud of. Whether you're a student competing here today or a fan tuning in, we all play an important role in making our state great. So, from the Iowa Farm Bureau
and the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union,
congratulations to your school on a terrific season, and good luck in the tournament games.
Slade's the place for you!
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. That old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe it. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
The whistle blows and we start the second half. We're going to flip ends here as Council Bluffs St. Albert will be shooting at the north goal to our left. Trying to tie this thing up at some point. Denver in their maroon uniforms will be shooting to the right on your screen. And we'll have some different ladies in front of us now as the positions in soccer generally play on the sides, and we'll see probably a better opportunity to see some different ladies here with a ball for each of these squads. We have a corner. Got blocked out down there. Just a throw in, or was that a corner kick to get started? Just a throw in. All right. Cyclones with the ball. That is Bailey Mullahan, and that goes out of bounds. It'll be a channel corner kick. So the Cyclones going to set things up now. Everybody's back a long way. He's going to try to free somebody up to make a run here maybe. Usually see a lot more congestion in front of the goal on a corner kick. They're going to try to sneak Anna Mullert up there off the corner. They head to the middle, and right there to get it for St. Albert is Sophie Sheffield. Didn't notice it as much on the other end, but Sheffield quite tall out there. Covers a lot of span in that goal. Cyclone's going to try to cycle things back through. And knocked out of there by St. Albert. Big kick put into that one by Elena Akers, and Sheffield once again clears it. Little knock put into it by Denver and out of bounds, and that will be Denver ball. Quick throw in there for the Cyclones. Akers will take another one. Throws it in now down in front of the goal to Anna Mullert. Mullert turns, squares it up. Mullahan tries to get it, knocked out of there. Once again now this is Snyder. And now Denver trying to make a run on the far side. This is Harbert through the middle, and Sheffield there once again. Denver a few opportunities trying to keep the ball on their end here to start the second half. It's going to make it really hard for St. Albert to put a goal on the board.
No, I mean, like, is it just going to be like, is it just going to be like this level?
Going to push ahead once again, and Sheffield there once again to make the play. Our next game here on this channel, or this particular field, we will have in Class 2A, and that will be North Scott and Waverly Shell Rock, another 2-7 game. That'll be coming up, scheduled kick time of 1 o'clock this afternoon. Probably getting to the point, we'll have to look around, maybe I'll look around, probably getting to the point where we can see some finals of some of our earlier games here in Class 1A as well. This was a third game to get started today. Davenport, Assumption, Dike New Hartford, that started at 10 o'clock. Nevada and Hudson was at 10:15, and then Bishop, Heelan, and Trainer started 15 minutes after our game here at 10:45. As Tori Schroeder gonna get that ball off the ground, lifted through once again, and it stays inbounds on the far side as Olivia Gardner goes over to get it. Again, I'm hearing whistles from other fields in my headset, so every once in a while I have to look up and figure out what's going on. Don't have to deal with that throughout the year when you've just got one game going on at one location.
Yeah, it's certainly not easy for the official, centering the game today, but just one of those, balls that you have to deal with.
There's a lot of contact there. The ball will go to Denver. We speak about the officiating, and it's one of those things that over the last several years of calling soccer and learning so much more about the game, my appreciation for a soccer official and all that they've got to look for from such a close angle as well. You're not having a 5-man crew or a 7-man crew like you do in the sport of football, or a 3-man crew triangulating everything like you get in basketball, or just one thing to look for like an umpire does in softball. It's just there's so much for that one guy in the middle who sometimes is also trying to dodge the ball coming right at his face.
Absolutely. Not an easy task.
Denver here with Bailey Mullahan. She's got, it's her sister Grace that had the goal earlier.
Slower start to the second half, and you can see that both teams have kind of found their footing from the first half and kind of have an understanding now of how they want to approach this second half. But Denver again showing that athletic presence that they bring to the field, and just really doing a good job imposing themselves from the start.
Taken out of there by the Saints, that is Eleanor Coughlin. Ball pushed ahead, giving a run for the Cyclones is Thurm. Thurm had the assist on the only goal here today. Down in the corner, they tried to center it through, and the ball is going to get kicked a long ways out of bounds over to the little picnic area on the far side. Nice spot to watch a game from. Looks like, I'm not sure who's playing on the other field directly to the north of us. Well, that must be Trainer. Yep, that's got to be that last game to go on today. Cyclones now, Mullahan bullies her way through, and a lot of contact, and that will be Saints. They're saying Mullahan with a shove. So it looks like Bishop, Heelan, and Trainer there on field 7 to the north of us, tied up at 1 as they head towards the end of the first half. It's halftime, okay. There's Klussman. They want to get her involved in this offense in the second half. She pushes one ahead with the left foot, and hanging back on it there once again is Schroeder. Schroeder, I think, wanted to get a little more height on that one. Drove it straight in the teeth of that offense for the Saints. That ball heads out of bounds. Denver will get the throw in. Now you hear, once again, you hear that wind as we are out exposed in the elements of actually pretty pleasant elements for us, but you've got to listen to that wind in our microphones. There are people in coats here this morning on May 28th, which the first game I called this year had a feels like, I believe, by the end of the night of 16 degrees. So this is much better than that. And we went to PK's that night, so we were there for a long time.
You got to be used to it.
By this point, if you're playing in this, you're loving this, right? I mean, this is beautiful weather.
Yeah, it beats the humidity, that's for sure.
Oh, certainly. I mean, we've been out here through so many soccer tournaments of battling off heat and sunburns. This is just gorgeous. A couple clouds away from a Des Moines Chamber of Commerce type day.
It looks like that goal, towards the end of that first half for Denver has knocked a bit of the wind out of St. Albert's team today.
There's a long shot, again, goes just over top of the goal.
You're not really playing with that same energy like we were in the first 25, 30 minutes, and hoping to see that return back, because that's what it's going to need if they're going to get back into this game.
Another IMT insurance substitution for St. Albert as Sophia Denton checks back into the game, the freshman. She's got 9 goals on the season, so they'll look to her to try to set some offense up.
I think she's been great today. They haven't really gotten her involved as much as I would want, but every time she's gone on the ball, she's shown that ability to vertically stretch the field with her athleticism and her dribbling ability. So look to see more of her in the second half.
Huge foot there by Schroeder. Now taken away by Mullahan, and that is going to go out of bounds. Will be a throw-in for the Saints, as Ava Wagner will take that throw-in. But again, they're set up so far down deep in their own end. Klussman going to try to weave her way through, but Mullahan takes it out and then throws a little screen for Akers to get rid of it. Throw-in comes in, and that's going to be kept in bounds, but maybe that might not have been a great opportunity, but then it is cleared out of there by Lily Crone. Crone knocks it through, going to have a chance there for Denton, but Denver takes it back. See some tentativeness right now on the part of the Saints. They don't see them, I'm not going to say they were fearless going after the ball. It was certainly not reckless, but you really saw them seem to get after those balls and be much more confident in what they were doing in that first half. Seem to be a little tentative right now in the second half.
Yeah, again, just proving the psychological power of getting that 1-goal lead, on an opponent, and the powers it has, collectively, on your opponent. And, as we see right now, Denver are really not, taking their foot off the gas, and they're put, basically their front foot forward again and hungry for another goal.
That throw-in goes over the top of everybody out the back end of the pitch. 12 minutes into this second half right now, Denver still has the 1-0 lead. Klussman is marked up pretty good. She's always got a shadow on her everywhere she goes.
Yeah, they've done a good job for the most part, knowing where she is at all times. She had that one moment in the first half where she broke in behind the space of the defense and caught the edge of the post. But, for the most part, they've done a good job today, having her number in the back of their heads at all times.
Big throw in there, Mullahan. Back to the center. Now you see an opportunity there as they push it ahead. And taken back out of there by Denver once again. And now Denver on the counter. Cyclones with Mullahan out on the side. Emily Mullert is going to try to push it back through to the middle. They get one into the middle and still there, knocked out once again. Mullert battling for the ball. Clears it back out here. The Cyclones going to set things up through Akers. She pushes it towards the goal, and coming out to make the play is Sophie Sheffield. Denver, if they can look to push another one through right now, they'd really take whatever remaining wind is in the sails of the Saints completely out of here.
Yeah, the Saints are playing a little bit of a deeper line, trying to limit that space for, Mullahan to penetrate in behind with her, good running abilities. I'd like to see them now start to push up and really close that space and support that forward line in attack.
Denver knocks it close to out of bounds. It stays in. And you've seen on that defensive end over there for Denver, you've seen Maya Rosecrans has kind of been around that ball a bunch. And so much of the credit goes to the goalkeeper, Schroeder. But you got to thank your defensive front in front of you, too, because they take away a lot of those opportunities.
Yeah, they've matched the physical battle today. I'd say they've been one of the, without question, the better of the players on top defensively. If we're comparing the two back lines, they've really matched the physicality required to kind of handle Klussman and some of the other athleticism that Alberts bring. But, overall, a really good team performance so far, and, intrigued to see how this can progress.
Well, you've seen, I'm not sure if you can see it on camera, but just notice a little bit more Klussman starting to stretch out a little bit more and more, and so that's where your conditioning can certainly come into play, and her as your leading goal scorer for the Saints, you really got to be sure you want her in the game right now. Certainly not a player you want to get out, especially trailing 1-0.
Yeah. Well, you can start to see the fatigue settling in both teams. It's not easy to run at that, first 10-minute intensity for the full game, but, what do you got here?
Yeah, what a look. They tried to get it in the middle, and Denver couldn't quite convert. Muller went to the left foot. They had a great look down in the corner coming from Grace Mullahan. And now Council Bluffs St. Albert on the counter, pushing it ahead for the Saints. This is Denton, and then it's knocked out of bounds. Good job on the defensive end, and that is going to be the ball actually go back to the Cyclones because they called Denton for a little extra shove there at the end of that as it got kicked out of bounds. And we mentioned the defenders for the Cyclones doing an outstanding job, and just another example of that right there, as it looked like they had a chance with Denton to get her out on a run.
Yeah, Rosecrans doing an excellent job shifting over quickly and getting that ball out of bounds.
Cyclones then trying to get things ahead, but a little too much on it with the wind behind them right now. Coach Derek Krebsbach's team, he's in his 9th year of coaching the Cyclones, the number 2 team in the state of Iowa right now. Their win in the regional final was the 18th win this season. That is a school record. And like we mentioned earlier, just 2 seniors on the squad. So they, coming out of the North Iowa Cedar League up there in Northeast Iowa, Denver, a team we will probably be watching for several years to come here at the state soccer tournament.
Yeah, you can tell they're a strong side, and they've got some, lower classmen that are getting quite a lot of minutes at the moment. So this is a great experience for them that they can take into their future years, and really excited to see how this program evolves over the next few years.
Denver with a chance once again, and that is going to go out the back of the pitch. So these two teams, I misspoke earlier, they did play back in the middle of April down at St. Albert. Denver traveled across the entire state of Iowa, northeast Iowa down to southwest Iowa. Denver came away with a 2-0 victory that day. So these two teams have seen each other, and you see that a lot in soccer. Teams kind of know who's going to be good, and they find each other on the schedule as the season goes on. This is another channel corner kick, and I cannot see who is taking that for Denver. My old eyes are not allowing me to see who that is. There we go. That is number 8. So that is Kira Gerke. Yep. But she's downhill a little bit from me too. I'm looking through a crowd and trying to figure out who that is. It's like golf. I never know the distance on my shot either when I'm taking that. Gerke puts that one up through. That is a beautiful ball right in the middle, and Sheffield comes out and makes the play. That was put right on the money, as she wanted to connect with Mullahan, and Sheffield made an outstanding play in goal to come out and knock it away. Here's a chance right now as they push it ahead. Denton, one of the better opportunities this second half for the Saints. She pushes it through the middle, and right there again to knock it out is the Cyclone defense. Battle for the ball, taken out of there. Jules Neubauer. And then a big foot put into that by Mullahan. Now on the run is Grace Mullahan. Gets the corner turn cut off, and Mullahan still has it, puts it right through, and can't quite connect. One more chance for the Cyclones. No, it's knocked out of there, and again in front of the goal, and they say that hit the arm of one of the Cyclones. Several opportunities there right in front of the goal for Denver.
Yeah, great play again from Mullahan. Get into the byline, getting that ball across the face of the goal, and Gerke, unfortunate not to get on the end of that.
Gerke just has the ball hit her hand, and that will be Saints ball. Flurry of activity here in the second half, just about halfway through the second half. Neubauer, battle for it, taken out of there by the Saints. And they try to push it ahead, but
looks like they're using Klossman here to kind of orchestrate through the midfield and find, her teammates, in that final line of attack. So looks like she's been moved into a number 10 role here, which I'm sure is not foreign to her. And again, just showing the ability she has from finding, the goal from range.
Schroeder, full extension to keep that ball from going in the goal. Yeah, you see right now, we'll see the replay. As you're going to see Schroeder fully extended and keeps the ball from going in. And now what do we have? Substitutions quickly here on the throw-in. Yeah, you mentioned how they've kind of shifted around with what they're doing with Klossman, and they've really focused now on getting the ball ahead to Coughlin and put her in the middle in that front line, trying to let Klossman, like you said, orchestrate, kind of be the point guard, really, and kind of run the show.
And before that, play where Gerke was almost on the end of that cross from Mullahan, you had a great sequence of play where it was brought into the midfield and Klossman had a ball out wide. So, you could see that there's definitely some continuity there, and there's some good sequence moments that they can build on.
So Council Bluffs showing a little offensive spark here in the second half, and they will need it. Ball down low, Denver pushes it through, and once again Sheffield is there. Sophie Sheffield really got caught in a bad position early on, but she has had an outstanding day in goal for the Saints as well.
Both keepers very consistent today. As coaches, I'm sure they're extremely proud of their performances so far.
Opportunity here for the Saints. There, and coming out is Schroeder, makes a great play once again, and Denver clears it. How about the play of Tori Schroeder?
And that's what it takes. If you're going to go far in this tournament, you're going to need keepers stepping up and making big plays, just like we just saw.
And the Denver fans very appreciative right now to see Schroeder coming out and knocking it out of there once again. And then a play down on the far end. And another opportunity now for a free kick for the Cyclones, as this is where they've scored their only goal so far here today as well. Looks like Gerke's going to take this one. You're almost setting up in the same position as a corner kick where they're at right now. Gerke puts this one up, and nice hands there once again by Sophie Sheffield. St. Albert trying to push things ahead. They try to get it through to Crone. And Denver there once again. The opportunities are going to be very limited for Saints coming down here over the last 17 and a half minutes. Now the Saints going to try to cycle things through. A little miscommunication there. Klussman pushes it over to Denton. Now they get it ahead to Crone. Crone tries to rifle it through it. It goes off the back of, I believe that's Miranda Thurm, and knocked out of there once again. The Denver defense comes up big once again. Now Denver on the run out. Mullahan's not in there, though. We'd see her quickly. I think if that ball would have been there before. Some subs in right now for the Little Cyclones. Emily Mullard gets pummeled, has the ball taken away. Battle for the ball, and they're going to say it's going to be Saints ball. Klussman takes the big kick, pushes it towards the middle. It's knocked out of there once again. Denver with an opportunity now. Big foot ahead by Mullard. And too much to it, can't control it. Denver, their third state tournament trip in school history, trying to
great ball.
Win a quarterfinal here. Defense coming through once again, and that is, again, just the headsy play of that ball looks like it's going out of bounds, but you're not going to allow that corner kick there. And really the corner kick opportunities for the Saints have been very, very limited.
Yeah, you see St. Albert's playing with a little bit more urgency now. Starting to really find their way in the game. I would say probably the best 10 minutes of play they've had this whole game. Just getting their foot on the ball and looking to exploit that space in behinds, keeping the Denver Cyclones on their toes today.
Now another free kick for the Cyclones. A dangerous opportunity coming out of a set piece. This is going to be taken by Gerke. And they have Mullahan ready to check in over there, so she's not in right now, and she's going to go right at the goal. And right there, once again, the sure-handed Sophie Sheffield.
Basketball hands.
It really is, and she's got that perfect triangle as she goes up to take it away. Ooh, an opportunity here on the far side on the run out, and is that going to be a penalty? That's
a penalty.
In the zone.
Or is it just on the edge?
I believe he's going to put it just on the edge, but still a huge opportunity for the Saints. Wow, he is going to set that thing right on the line.
Great pass there.
Upshaw.
Great pass. Threading the needle with that final through ball. And unfortunate she wasn't in the box because that was a clear penalty.
Denver's going to have to back up quite a ways. They're going to discuss things right now, it looks like, as these officials continue to chat about where the penalty took place. And we'll see here once again. And it is going to be a direct kick. He's going to mark off that Denver defense. And this is a huge, huge, huge opportunity here. Under 14 minutes to go in the ball game for Lily Upshaw. I imagine she's going to take this shot right at the goal herself, and she goes over top of the goal. Had to get it over top of that wall for Denver. It's almost too close at that point. You'd like to have a little more space to play around with your offense.
It's a tricky shot because you have to balance the finesse, the body position, and also the contact that you're making with the ball there. And she's leaning back a little too much, and then you're not really approaching it with the right finesse as far as her contact. But good effort overall.
Chance of let's go Cyclones right now as time continues to tick off the clock. A huge opportunity for the Saints. Trying to tie this one up. I think the entire town of Denver came down today from Northeast Iowa up in Bremer County. As once again, a lot of contact there. Schroeder takes out one of her own teammates on the far end, and she is a bowling ball back there. Just reckless is not the right term for it because it's very calculated what she's doing, but she just throws her body around everywhere. Now another opportunity for Denver. This is Mullahan. Mullahan, one on the goalie and tries to go around her, and Sheffield with an outstanding play. And now,
yep, it's a penalty.
That is going to be a penalty kick for Denver.
Caught the foot there of Mullahan when she tried to pull out of that initial press from, as you can see here, trying to go around the keeper. Yep, and just caught her foot.
Sheffield had a hold of the leg. And that will be a penalty kick. Right now, it looks like for Denver, it's going to be Alyssa Harberts. Harberts with 11 goals on the year will go up against Sheffield. Harberts puts it in. And Denver has taken a 2-0 lead on the penalty kick from Alyssa Harberts.
Great placement there on the penalty. Bottom corner. Very difficult to save those kinds of shots. Low and hard, and then the corners are always going to be difficult for any of the top goalkeepers out there. Unfortunate transitional moment there for St. Albert's to kind of get called out in behind from Mullahan's pace and athleticism. And then just, you know, the penalty, it was a clear-cut penalty, so you can't really argue that one.
And Sheffield guessed right. She went the correct direction, just like you said, a beautifully placed ball by Harberts. So Denver now, that 2-0 lead, the most dangerous lead in soccer, but right now they've got to be feeling pretty good about their chances with just over 12 minutes to play in this one.
This is where that mental resilience amongst a team is so essential. You know, we got 12 minutes of play here. You know, we've proven, we've seen it over the years that goals can be scored within 10 seconds. So it's just a matter of this team now having that fight within and seeing what they can do to get a goal back in the game.
Denver, it all started when they got the ball ahead to Mullahan. Got her one on really none. I thought she maybe took one extra move, but as she tried to make that move to go around Sheffield, she got grabbed, and that's what led to that penalty kick.
Unfortunate, because I thought Sheffield did a really good job coming out, closing that space, making that angle difficult for Mullahan to get the shot off. But it's a cruel game at times.
And there's the weird part about soccer is there can be so many things that happen throughout the course of a game that end up having no bearing on the finality of the game because of all that matters is the final score and who scores those goals. So that was one of those plays that you do everything right up until the very end. So Denver now will be in no rush to get these balls back into play. A little gamesmanship here as they discuss who's got the throw in, knowing full well who takes the throw ins in these situations.
We anticipate a long throw. Okay, that's a long throw.
That is a very long throw.
That can be used as a weapon, you know. So good scouting, you know, advice here for the potential team ahead that's facing these Cyclones if they can close out this game. Is you've got to be aware of that.
That ball goes over the top of the goal. Level up your game at Central College. More than half of Central students participate in intercollegiate athletics because Central allows you to pursue your passions and be more than a spectator. It's the best decision ever. Apply at central.edu. Ball once again will stay with the Cyclones. I'm trying to figure out how my voice is going to last for 3 games today. Make this work. And that will be another corner kick brought to you by Channel. As again an opportunity for Denver to take their time as Harberts heads on over to take that kick. Pushes that right in front of the goal, and they send it through. Ooh. Almost another goal for the Cyclones. St. Albert been held off the board today, and it hasn't been for lack of opportunities.
Yeah, Cyclones just consistently been showing that grit, from back to front, for the majority of this game, and the scoreline is showing for itself. From the back line, I thought Rosencrantz has had an excellent game today. She's done a great job reading the game and being tenacious in those moments where she's had to be, and then also just finding the space in behind for Mullahan. I mean, the athleticism she brings to the field is going to be a problem for any team that she faces in this tournament. So excited to see how this evolves, and 8 minutes on the board. Who knows if we can, close out this game or not, Denver, but it looks like it at this moment, if we're being honest.
Yeah, that 2-0 lead, especially when you've seen what the Denver defense has done so far this game. And like we mentioned, there's every time it looked like St. Albert was ready to make a little run and make a play, just thwarted. Someone came through, made the play, and then you've got to get it through at the end. You've got to get through Tori Schroeder, and they have not been able to do that yet today. That wind is definitely picked up right now as you hear that whipping around, making things even harder on St. Albert. They push it ahead here, an opportunity to run things through, but there's always someone back on the back end for Denver. And the goal actually goes in off the deflection. I'm pretty sure that was just put in by Lily Denton.
Wow. Just showing the benefit of following up on the play, and she was greatly rewarded there.
Oh, the ball was kicked by Denver. I didn't see who did it, but it kicked it right off the leg of Denton and went right into the goal. That changes things immensely. She was just trying to clear it, and it went off right off Denton's leg into the back of the goal. Wow. That changes things.
Yeah, absolutely. And then now Denver are in a situation where do they want to continue pressing in the manner that they have the last 20 minutes, or do they maybe want to reserve themselves and kind of make it difficult for the St. Albert's team to attack? So be interesting to see how these next 6 minutes unfold.
New life for the Saints and their fans behind us. Just no chance for Schroeder. The reaction came right off the foot. It's like someone kicked the ball right off a wall. It rifled right back at the goal.
And I'm not going to say it's a fluke goal, because it was Denton having the hustle to keep going and keep pressing that back line of Denver, and she was greatly rewarded.
They did, and we had just talked about that back line and not being able to get anybody by there, and they still didn't. But Denton was right there to knock it through. So now as we approach the 6-minute mark of the regulation time, Denver now sets things up, running through Mullahan to Mullahan again. Denton, who had the goal just about a minute ago. Now they get it ahead. Mullahan, that ball, she is onsides. Mullahan puts it into the goal. Grace Mullahan with her second goal of the day.
Excellent finish from Mullahan, showing what she does best, finding that space in the behind the defense of St. Albert's, and a great slot into the bottom corner there for her finish of the day.
They got it ahead, and I didn't see where the pass took place. Mullahan was able to stay on sides. They're getting an argument from the far side about her being offsides, but she was on, says the officials, and just like that, Denver comes back to take the 3-1 lead.
2 on the day for Mullahan, and just showing what a influence she has on this Denver team on the attacking side of the field.
Grace Mullahan, the sophomore midfielder, has now 21 goals on the season, and she was also the one that was fouled in the penalty area that led to the penalty kick for Harberts. Bodies flying all over as Denver tries to clear it up the sideline.
And a huge credit to this Denver coaching staff, playing to the strengths of the team, right? Always looking to play into that forward line for Mullahan to exploit. And as we've seen so far, she often finds that space. And it's very difficult for any of the center backs or the outside backs to contain her, since the start of this game.
Well, we saw the speed of her earlier and wondered when they'd be able to connect with her. We knew there would be issues for St. Albert when they did, and boy, has she been a huge factor in the game this morning. 4.5 minutes to go right now with Denver leading 3-1. And notice a lot of Waverly Shell Rock fans starting to work their way into those two schools just a couple miles apart from each other, and there's a lot of contact there in the goal area as Schroeder once again makes her presence known. Official checks with her, and she says she's okay. She'll take the goal kick.
Plays like she's 6'5" back there. Gotta love that physicality in goal.
She plays like a free safety does in football, just like the free hitter coming up to make the plays, and I love watching her go back there. There's a mentality. There has to be almost a little screw loose to play that position because you are throwing your body around everywhere.
Yeah, I think the challenge with all keepers is having that consistent focus from start to finish, right? You even see on the highest of levels, mishaps happening, but just because of that 2, 3, 4, 5 second lack of focus in that given moment. So great to see how focused she's been today, how consistent she's been, and excited to see, if they can progress forward and how they can, impact this tournament.
Looks like over on the opposite field right now, let's see who our visitors team on that. I believe that's Trainer is the visitor on that field, and they've taken a 2-1 lead in the second half. So that's the winner of that game will play the winner of this game Thursday morning at 10:15. Take a day off tomorrow to do boys games, and then back in action with girls semifinals on Thursday. Big kick put into that one, and that's going to take some more time off the clock and give St. Albert as they try to substitute some players in right now. But sometimes you'll see the officials, when it's a team that's in the lead making substitutions, they'll kill the clock in that situation. But when it's a visiting team, or the trailing team, they generally do not do that. Certainly not something they have to do, but you see them kind of
absolutely
avoid any stalls towards the end of a game.
You want to use any legal ways available to kind of drain out that clock and get that result that you're looking for. So, good coaching overall there, and certainly needed in this moment.
Now down to 2 minutes left to go in this one. Denver not in any rush to do anything there with the ball down to the corners, kind of protecting things, and they're going to say they want, I'm not sure exactly what went on there, but they will get a free kick. Will the Saints? A lot of Denver fans on hand here today, and if anybody that was up in Bremer County, northern Blackhawk County, cheering for Waverly Shell Rock as well, they came down to catch a doubleheader today, and a beautiful morning to do that. And Mullahan, she's a little ginger as she comes up. Certainly a player that Coach Krebsbach wants to not have anything happen to, especially up by 2 goals with a minute to go in this one. Harberts takes a big kick in. And right there is Sheffield to grab it once again. Sophie Sheffield going to end up giving up 3 goals today, and she had a lot of great moments, but too many opportunities for Denver. She couldn't stop all of them. St. Albert going to try to push this one ahead, and Schroeder comes back and likely grabs that ball for the final time today. She's been outstanding. Denver going to make one final run as Mullahan tips it over the top and goes just wide as she was trying for the hat trick today.
Excellent touch there from Mullahan. Unfortunate not to get the goal.
And the Denver fans are on their feet as they will advance to Thursday morning's semifinal with a 3-1 victory over Council Bluffs St. Albert. As you see the Cyclones celebrating on the field, hard-earned victory as they improve to 19-2 on the season.
Well, you can see it. You can see why they've had such a great year. You know, they're not just a team that's relying on one or two players. This is a collective team here that brings a lot of grit, athleticism, intensity, and a real competitiveness to win and take advantage of their opportunities. And it'd be certainly exciting to see how they, unfold in these next couple games. Hoping that they do win the next one.
Well, as we look at things over on the other field, Trainer now has taken a 3-1 lead over, assuming I've got the home team and the visitor team on the scoreboard correct there. Let me make sure. This was Trainer, the visiting team, leads 3-1 right now on Bishop Heelan. So that's going to, the winner, well, obviously Denver will head on to play the winner of that game on Thursday morning, like we said, at 10:15. It's time now to go down to our public address announcer for the awards presentation.
Direct your attention to the field for the awards presentation. In addition to receiving medallions, every player will receive a commemorative soccer ball provided by Iowa Farm Bureau, the proud title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Presenting awards from the Girls Athletic Union is Gary Ross, soccer administrator. Congratulations to head coach Chris Hughes and the Saints from Council Bluffs St. Albert on an outstanding 2024 season. And now advancing the bracket for Denver is number 0, Tori. Cyclone fans, your team advances to the Class 1A semifinals. They'll face either Trainer or Bishop Heelan on Thursday on this field. Congratulations, Cyclones.
Well, as we're going to now transition over to start getting ready for our 2A game that will be coming your way at 1 o'clock. We've got games across our networks all day long, but we will have the next game at 1 o'clock, Waverly Shell Rock taking on North Scott. Denver, though, as they come over to celebrate with their fans, winners over Council Bluffs St. Albert today, 3-1. On behalf of our color analyst, Sam Kane, our producer, Randy Nielsen, and our cameraman, Grady Anderson, all of us here in Des Moines, I'm Andy Pollack. Thank you for watching our live coverage of the 2024 Girls State Soccer Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.